witch, fairy godmother, if you will. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this reading for the new moon in Capricorn, which is tomorrow. Oracle decks here. And my modern witch tarot. Let's see what spirit got for us this season. Starting with the new moon in Capricorn, what is the energies for us? Okay, so it looks like you've been in hermit mode. It looks like, okay, so to start with the pillar of light, your vibrations are rising. So I feel like this is a collective that has been absorbing a lot of like the, I would say, energetic chaos that's been going around, spiritual chaos that's been going around in the world, you know, with Palestine, with, I feel like it's just the energetic chaos that's been going around. Like, I feel like it's winter time, so a lot of people are in, like, you know, the holidays just passed. People are either just getting out of seasonal depression or still enduring it. So I feel like that is, there's just like some, I would say, dark. I wouldn't even say dark. I would just say like sad, low, like maybe some low energies that just have been going around more this season. So you're a part of the, so you're officially part of the collective that has been helping the vibration rise. Your vibration is rising as well. So you've most likely been in hermit mode, or you feel like just called to stay in the house a lot. Maybe like you've been canceling plans, or just not going out as much. Maybe you just do what you need to do and then just come right home. If you're not, you're being led to do some self-care and fill up your well, whether that's taking a bath. I feel like maybe finishing some work that you need to do, or any chores around the house. But I do feel like it's more so like rest. It's like more of a slow down. Like I've been seeing slow down energy, or just feeling even myself to call to slow down a little bit. And I do feel like that has to do with not only the energies moving, but how much energy you've been probably moving throughout the holidays. It's like you've been maybe carrying a heavy load maybe for the holidays, like those who bought gifts, those who spent a lot of time with family and friends and just didn't have a lot of time to recuperate. Now that New Year's has passed, you're probably feeling all of that heavy energy, feeling like, oh, your body just needs to rest, or maybe you need to get more sleep, or anything like around that, like rest. I feel like to refuel. So maybe you haven't been eating well, maybe you haven't been eating a lot. If you haven't been eating a lot, I feel like that's called to step it up a little bit. Your body probably needs the energy. Like anything else, looking for that card. There is a lot of blue here. And both of these beginning cards, what was it? Pillar of Light and Rest, Fill Up Your Well. They both have water energy. I feel like maybe taking a bath, maybe even taking a stop near beach area if you live next to water. Maybe pause next to some water. Meditate next to a pool of water. Meditate in your bath or in a shower. I feel like work with some water energy right now. Maybe you're not even drinking enough water. Are you drinking enough water? If you're not and you feel called out, or you feel like, oop, maybe that's it, yeah, step up your water energy, because it feels like this. Actually, that wasn't even intentional to pick up this card, but I feel like the last card is Priestess. So how are you being called to step up and lead? I feel like that's more about how are you being called to step up and lead yourself in your life. Like, where do you know where you're going daily? Do you have goals? Are you setting them? Are you setting like individual tasks to complete those goals? How long do you think it's going to take for that? Planning? Are you doing something like every day to complete those goals? If you're not doing self-care, I feel like it's more just about how you're leading yourself in your life. How, like, are you feeling good? If you're not feeling good, then ask yourself and check in with yourself. Be your parent. I feel like it's also being about like nurturing yourself. Like, are you doing are you leading yourself in the direction that you want and in a good direction? Just ask yourself, like check in with yourself if you haven't. Communication is key. That's honestly funny because I do think of the throat chakra when it comes to this blue card for rest your fill up your well. Maybe you haven't been spending a lot of time with family, or maybe you just need to communicate with yourself, communicate with specific people. Gemini energy usually I feel is a little bit social, so maybe you haven't been social and now it's time for you to like low-key get out and start talking to people. Even talking, I feel like number one though, it's talking to yourself. Talking to yourself and asking yourself what it is that you need in order to feel 100%. If you're just going through seasonal depression right now, I feel like ask yourself what it is that you need, what would make you feel good. Just start there. Keep asking yourself what, even if it feels like you can't fulfill it, just keep asking yourself. Then ask yourself why you feel like you're not going to be able to fulfill it. And okay, well, is there something else, like, is there a similar energy that maybe we can do, if not the exact thing that we want will make us feel better, maybe something around it. Just keep asking yourself, but check in with yourself. I feel like take a few moments to pause, whether that's daily, like maybe you don't know what you need daily. Ask yourself, how much do you think you need first? Let's see. Don't let your past hold you back. You are good enough. I feel like, it says you're very close to achieving your goal. I was like, okay, so I was wondering what sector, like, love, money, career, like where is this going? I don't see it yet 100%, but I feel like as I continue reading the cards, it'll get deeper. Right now, I feel like it really doesn't matter. It's whatever you have a goal, like a main goal that you're trying to accomplish, whether that's in love. It's your number one goal right now, your priority, the first thing that you think of, like the first priority that you have. You're very close to achieving it, and you do have to give yourself some self-care and affirm yourself, because I see you are good enough. So you obviously are maybe you've been dealing with some shadow work or just like negative emotions. Maybe you've been triggered. I feel like just triggered multiple times to where like all of these feelings and emotions that you thought that you were over are coming up, and maybe you're allowing yourself to feel it, or maybe they've just taken over. Maybe you are still going through seasonal depression, and I feel like you do have to affirm yourself. Number one is refilling, is affirming yourself, because we don't always get that affirmation or the reassurance that we want that we're doing a good job. So I feel like we are the ones who have to give ourselves the credit and tell us that we are doing well. We do deserve self-care. That's an affirmation. Maybe you feel like you don't have time. Maybe you feel like there's no way. We always have to take a little bit of time. Even if we feel like, I feel like feelings of guilt and shame, like from the past, have been coming up for me because I'm like a recovering people pleaser. So yeah, I feel like it's been just dealing with being able to take that self-care and telling yourself that you deserve it and that it's okay and that you're not being lazy, you're being productive, even if it doesn't look the way that you should, or if you're not like overworking yourself. I feel like we're so used to overworking ourselves that when we take a minute and pause, or like take a day for ourselves, or take a few days for ourselves, a weekend, anything like that, we feel guilty because we feel like we're not doing enough, and you are enough. So we have to start up by refueling and refilling our cup. But number one is with affirmation and just telling yourself that you deserve better, you deserve things, you deserve whatever that you're asking for. Okay, so let me get some more energies. I feel like shadow work is this card is break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So I feel like you have been doing some shadow work. Maybe some parent or family wounds have been coming up. Maybe, dealing with family a lot more during the holidays. Like makes you feel some type of way, and that's definitely okay. But you have to tell yourself and just know that if you're the, I feel like this is more so for the black sheep. Maybe you feel like a black sheep. Maybe you just feel like completely disconnected from certain spaces, friends, even family. I feel like it's more so family because it is talking about ancestral patterns. So I feel like you would more so healing family or generational curses, generational patterns, and you have to start with affirming yourself that you are your ancestors' dream come true. You are your ancestors' dream come true. You, like, they love you. You are the change. You are the chain that is going to, you are the link that is going to break the chain of your ancestral patterns, especially if they're toxic, anything that your family needs to heal from. You are going to be that curse breaker. Most of you are the curse breaker. If you don't think that you're the curse breaker, this is your affirmation. But take what resonates. But I do feel like we know what you know if this is for you or not. And ask yourself, where are you being called to journey to? I feel like this one is another water one. So I feel like I wonder if you're being called maybe to travel somewhere. Maybe you're being called to travel. Maybe it's a vacation. Like maybe it's like a trip or a vacation. It does say retreat, rest, and refuel, and you can definitely do that anywhere. But because most of these cards have bodies of water, that's making me feel like travel. It makes me feel like you're going somewhere, even if it's like traveling like outside of your town and like, or to visit a friend, or just to the town next door, or just to the beach. I feel like you're going somewhere. So ask yourself, maybe you need to go somewhere maybe you need space. I feel like that's more so like your self-care maybe includes travel, like space. Like you need space to be able to have some quiet time. I feel like even just some solo time. I feel like maybe this is a solo trip, more so like a solo trip to the beach, solo trip to like a bath. Like it's something, it's like it is journeying within yourself, but I feel like a body of water has something to do with it. So if you can travel to a body of water, like your closest body of water, including like if you have a bathtub, I would say do that. It's going to help you raise your vibration, and it's going to give you the self-care that you need. I actually feel like it is more so a bath, but for people who don't have bathtubs, I feel like this is traveling to your closest body of water, like a lake, a beach, even like maybe a fountain, like just sitting next to a fountain and just taking like 5 minutes to like pause within yourself and ask yourself like what it is that you need. If you feel good, I feel like that'll help. I do feel like travel is in there somewhere. Let me see this other. Oh, that was just break the pattern. Still a lot of blue in here. You might even need to like communicate with yourself, like go to a space and body of water and like just talk to yourself. And maybe like that's how the messages will come. Even in Rama, where are you being called to journey to? As I'm looking at this card has a person in a body of water, just one person by themselves. So I definitely feel like you're being called to go somewhere. Go into yourself and go with the help of a body of water. So if you do have access to a bath, do that. If you do have access to a beach, or if you can travel close to a beach or a fountain, you gotta think of a body of water somewhere. Be creative. I feel like you can be creative with this one, but I do feel like water is going to help you raise your vibration. I see a rainbow in here. Maybe you're in a place that it's raining. If you are in a place that's raining, I feel like dip yourself in the rain a little bit. Don't like stay there and get stay under the water to where you can get sick, but maybe just sit and pause and just let the raindrops listen. Like, listen, just, you can stand in the rain under an umbrella and just listen to all the raindrops around you and just listen. Like, just let nature, immerse yourself in the sounds of nature. I feel like that'll help you shut your mind off. Not shut your mind off, but at least let your thoughts run and let your thoughts flow to where you will get the answers that you need. Let's see if we can get a little bit more detail. I wasn't sure. Put that hard. Ooh. Maybe there was a heartbreak of some kind that you're Three of Swords. That's why. I feel like maybe this is for well, it is love. Like there is a heart straight up on it, but I do feel like a heartbreak can be anything. It doesn't have to be a relationship. Maybe it was a missed opportunity, or being triggered by a bunch of family, like being hurt by family during the holidays, or just feeling heartbreak. Maybe you had to separate yourself from your family for the holidays, and so you've been feeling like, lonely, like you've just been feeling your heart aching, I feel like. But I do feel like it's more so for people who maybe gone through a breakup recently, separation, what was it? Even maybe taking a pause, a problem in a situationship. Maybe you just had a fight. I'm feeling like there's a conflict somewhere that maybe ended up in a breakup. Something to where your heart is aching and crying. You've just been depressed because of this, whether it's because of a past heartbreak, or a recent heartbreak, or even just being hurt by family, maybe conflict. I'm feeling like conflict and heartbreak. I feel like number one is heartbreak. But you've been giving yourself some self-care. Maybe you've been taking some time to yourself to heal from this heartbreak and heal generational curses maybe that have been coming up, or ancestral patterns. Seeing where your ancestral patterns are. I feel like it's, relationships. Like relationship patterns specifically. Whether it's family or friends, but it's generational. So you've been taking some self-care and breaking ancestral patterns when it comes to relationships. Maybe how much you're giving in relationships. Maybe you've been taught to put yourself last in relationships. You know what? I feel like I need to take a sip of water right now. So I do feel like it's also for, if you can't go to a body of water and you have not been drinking enough water, do that. Definitely do that. That's definitely a message. Ooh, that did come up again. Oh my God. Okay. So I feel like this is either a past deception from someone or even self-deception. Okay, I was saying self-deception, but it's not. I feel like it's more so about a past deception. A past deception with a person recently. Maybe you just caught wind of this. Deception or betrayal, and that's what caused this heartbreak, and that's why you feel the way you feel right now. Bottom of the deck, I just saw strength. So you also have to affirm that you have the strength. I feel like if this is in relationships, I feel like this is more so about your relationship. relationships, breaking ancestral patterns in relationships, and vibrating higher. If you've been looking for love or just been in the mood for love, your vibration is rising. You do need to give yourself some more self-care. I feel like immerse your body in water, drink yourself some water, nurture yourself some more. You're being called to step up and lead, and I feel like that's really about standing on business. Don't push it if you're not looking for love, but if you are looking for love, I feel like this means stand on business, babes. This definitely means stand on business, make more, give yourself the self-care and give yourself what it is that you're looking for first before you expect it from somebody else. But your vibration is rising, so if you've been like, just feeling the seasonal depression of loneliness and feeling like, when is my person coming, your vibration is rising to where you'll have better options to look for your person. That's definitely it right there. And this is for someone, a collective who's been through a deception from a past person. Maybe you just got out of a situationship or you just had a breakup and it was because you found out this person was being deceptive and that caused a heartbreak. So you've been healing ancestral patterns. If you haven't been doing so, then you're being called to do that. If you've gone through a heartbreak because of a past deception, or because you found out this person was lying or just being wasn't being their true selves with you, then you have to take some time to heal, give yourself some self-care, hydrate, give yourself some water, take a bath, relax, but stand on business. Stand on business. And have that strength, like you have to have the strength to stand on business. Definitely. Because in order to really get what you want, you have to stop. You gotta stop messing with what the fuck we don't want. Stop giving energy to what we don't want. Boundaries. Boundaries. Oh my gosh. Shit, that is so crazy. Boundaries. Standing on business. Knowing who and what not to give your energies to. Because yes, you have to affirm that your energy is sacred. Not everyone deserves your energy. And that's not even to be like cocky or to be like arrogant, like, oh no, like nobody deserves my energy. It's not even that. It's just the fact that we have to give energy to things that are going to reciprocate back to us, like energy, because it's a give and take. And I feel like not everything is transactional, but I just feel like if you've always been in relationships or around energies where it hasn't been reciprocal, then I feel like that's an ancestral pattern that needs to be broken. Especially if you always feel drained or feel sad and heartbroken afterwards. So tell yourself that you have the strength. So I feel like once you give all of yourself some self-care, and when you're not looking, and this is especially for those just like me who want to be like, you know what, I'm done, I'm good for a while. Yeah, as soon as you say that, someone's gonna come in wanting with an offer. What was it? Oh shit! And this is about that 4 of Wands. That means that someone's coming as soon, before you know it, as soon while you're breaking your ancestral patterns, while you're giving yourself all your self-care, while you're affirming that the love that you want is coming, that you are deserving of love, that you are abandoned, someone gonna come riding on their horse with an offer, and this is gonna be your forever person. This is a 4 of Wands, so I feel like this is either a reunion or this is just meeting a person that's finally on your level. And you wondering when it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen when you least expect it. But you do have the strength. You have to have the strength to stand on business. And you gotta be open to collaboration. You gotta be open to getting to know people, being social. I feel like 3 of Pentacles is more about like collaboration, like working with other people, talking with other people, just being open with other people, because ooh, this might even be a message for me, because when I'm out, like at least right now, I've just been so like, no, like I do not have the time. Men be approaching me or people be approaching me, you just be like, no, like I just don't have it. And you have to be way more open, especially if you trying to find your forever person. Now, how you gonna find your forever person if you, number one, always in the house, and then number two, every time you are out, you don't want to fuck with nobody. Now, how you gonna do that? Talking to myself. Oof. So be open to collaborating with other people. And just while you're healing, know that this is the cracked rose. Well, it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. So if you've been in a line like a past relationship, maybe you've been maybe it's been multiple partners that have been deceptive in the past, know that it's not happening to you. Don't victimize yourself and be like, why me, God? Why are you sending me all these people? He's sending you all these people so that you can learn and so that you can stand on business, because we be gaslighting ourselves sometimes, or just like overthinking and telling ourselves that what we feel isn't real, when no, we know that it's about standing on business and creating boundaries, and now we know what boundaries that we want and who we want and what not to give energy to. Now, if you sit here giving energy to those things that you don't fucking want, don't cry when what you want isn't here. But this is also a time to spend time with the ancestors. So I do feel like beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. So I feel like also whatever you're going through is to help other people. And so that you can help other people, so that when other people are dealing with this, it's like if you've ever watched Sex and the City, there was this episode, I feel like in the later seasons, where Miranda talked to whoever Carrie was dating. I forget his name, but she was talking to who Carrie was dating, and they were all out. And she was telling a story about who she was seeing, and he was like, it sounds like he's just not that into you. And she was just like, and Carrie was like, oh my gosh, but Miranda was like, no, this is good. She was like, no, this is good. It's like she learned something and learned a lesson. She was like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. She's thinking about all the times that she wasted her time in the past, when she just realized from a guy's point of view that he's just not that into her. And then one of the first things that she did was overhear some other girls talking about it, and then the first thing that she did was tell them exactly what he said, and she spreaded the information. So I feel like you have to learn the lesson so that you can spread that information to help other people. It's not just for other people, it is for us too, but I feel like a big message that me and my sister have been getting right now is that it's not always about us. So we'll be told to do something, or something will happen and it'll just make absolutely no sense, and we're just like, okay, why did that happen? Because then we're irritated, because mostly it's a mishap that either fucks up our day or just puts us in a whole different area. We're just like, this is not what I expected to happen on this day. This is not what I planned. And Spirit is like, sometimes it's not about us. So we feel like sometimes it's not about you. If you've been in a bunch of moments that you feel like absolutely make no sense, right in that moment, it's not about you. It's about somebody else. Alright, y'all. Damn. I think that was out and clear right now. I'm like, is there anything else? Oh, no. I feel like that's an affirmation just again about, and it says trusting your path. Yeah, I feel like that's more so just an affirmation or a confirmation again of boundaries and standing on business. Being comfortable with saying the word no. Say it with me. Say it with you in the mirror. Actually, that song by Mariah Carey, sing that. Oh my God, that is the easiest way to start saying no. Mariah Carey has a song called, I don't know if it's just called No or if it's called No, 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 but I love that song, and that is a great song to start affirming no into your life. Just being like, no, no, give yourself that moment to say no. Make it a scene if you have to in order to say that first no. Even like that episode, if anyone used to watch Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, there was this one episode where Wilt, the really tall red one with the googly eyes, he always used to say yes to everything, and he would like help everyone out and put himself last. And there was one episode where he was trying his hardest to say no because he wanted to do something, and then at the end of the episode it ended up not working out, and he finally said no. He finally came out, and like it was so hard for him to say, but he finally came out and said it. So if you have to practice, if you have to look in the mirror, if you have to sing it, if you have to scream it, no. Alright, y'all, I feel like no and boundaries. I feel like just fine tuning. I feel like it's Capricorn season, or the new moon in Capricorn is very much about fine tuning who we want to be, just our inner bad bitch self. And I definitely feel like that fine tuning, standing on business is like the number one. Like, ooh, I feel like if we can't stand on business but we have everything else, I feel like not standing on business is just like, that just puts you, it just keeps your negative cycles going. So you gotta standing on business, boundaries, no, even to ourselves. But I feel like this is more so about refueling our energy and giving more energy to ourselves and being able to say no to others, because at least for right now, if you can't, if you don't have the self-care, if you don't have the energy, you're not going to be able to give the best energy to everyone else. You're just always going to end back on zero. So I feel like that's also why you have to give yourself that self-care and give yourself the space to say no, because I feel like you don't think that you're not helping somebody by saying no. You're actually helping them, because number one, you're giving them the space to either figure it out somewhere else or be creative, and also knowing that you want to give your people the best energy. Like if you're gonna say yes but it's gonna be half-assed, like it's just, you might as well not even do it. Alright, y'all, I hope there's some notes in there. I hope you was taking notes. I hope you got a little something in there. I know I was kind of all over the place because, yeah, I feel like Spirit be taking me all over the place. So if I end up taking you all over the place, that's my bad. But I love y'all. I hope that this new moon in Capricorn gives you the best of energies. I hope that you continue healing and continue blooming into your baddest bitch. Be sure to like and subscribe at the bottom of the screen. Thanks for watching my reading here